Would you say that your faith is stronger now than it's ever been before? Or do you feel that there was a time that your trust and belief in God was stronger than it is right now? Well, I want to suggest that it has something to do with your hearing. But I want to give you a warning that you need to take care of what you hear. Because God holds you responsible for what you hear. And the sad thing is that if you're not hearing, whatever you had is going to be taken away. So if you feel that there used to be a time when you had stronger faith and you believed more, you have to realize that it's not a good sign if you're decreasing. Because Jesus says in Mark, he says, "For to him that hath shall more be given, and to him that hath not, even that which he hath shall be taken away." Jesus says in verse 24, he says, it's your job to take heed to what you hear. Because with the measure you meet, it shall be measured to you again. Jesus saying, if you are paying attention to what you hear, more will be given you. If you don't, even that which you have will be taken away from you. You see in Mark 4, there's a parable about the sower. And you need to go read it, and to find yourself, to see what type of hearer you are. You see, he starts off by saying that there's seed that falls on the wayside. Now, what is a wayside? It's like a pathway, that is. It's a path where people walk, where people step on. And so maybe you've got a hard heart that got stepped on too many times, and the word of God cannot penetrate. Or there's those that are sown on stony ground. It's those that are spring up quickly, but in the heat, the sun comes up and it withers. That's referring to, you go to church and you get all excited when you hear the word of God, but because you don't understand it, it takes no root. See, Matthew 13:19 says, when anyone hear the word of the kingdom and understand of it not, then cometh that wicked one and taketh away that which was sown in his heart. Saying that if you don't understand, Satan's going to take it away. Now it's your job to understand. If you look at what Jesus said to his disciples when they asked him about the explanation of the parable of the sower, he says, know you not this parable? He says, how shall you know all parables? He says, to you it's been given to know this. You should know and understand this. So why don't you? See, it's your job to hear and to mix it with faith. You see, Hebrews 4 verse 2 says, for unto us was the gospel preached as well as unto them. But the word preached didn't profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it. If you hear, and you don't understand, and you don't mix it with faith, it's not going to mean anything to you. There's another type of hearer that becomes dull of hearing. Now, how do you become dull of hearing? Let's say, for instance, you go to a class where you've got a boring teacher and you don't want to listen to him. You can become dull of hearing. But the problem is, every time you go back, it becomes harder and harder to hear. You become more and more dull to hearing the word. But ultimately, you are still responsible, because when the test comes, they're not going to say, what did the teacher say? You are going to be asked, what did you learn? So it's your job to make sure that you hear. You see, he says, those are sown among thorns, and the cares of this world and the deceitfulness of riches and the lust of other things entering in choke it. So you might be getting the word, and the reason that you're going backwards is because you've got too many other things that are choking out the word. What is the most important thing to you in your life? You see, you need to make sure that the word of God takes preeminence in your life, that the word of God is your ultimate goal, because if you don't, even that little that you have will be taken away from you. So you need to make sure that you pay attention to that. Also take note that in Luke 8:15 he says that that on the good ground are they which hear the word and keep it and bring forth fruit with patience. See, the word of God doesn't just spring up. It says in Mark 4:28, it says it's first the blade, then the ear. After that, the full corn in the ear. So it takes time. You need to be patient. But you need to be the one to pay attention to that. You need to make sure that you spend time on the word of God. You must meditate on it so that you can understand it and that you can apply it to your life. So today, take inventory of your life and see if you are increasing or decreasing. Are you getting stronger or weaker? Get in the word of God and take responsibility for what you hear. God bless.